Wu Lei left speechless after Tian Xiwei makes a shocking request about Zhao Lusi. Nobody expected this moment. Not the fans watching closely. Not the people standing inside the room. Not even Wu Lei himself. What began as a simple gathering quickly transformed into one of the most talked-about moments anyone could have imagined. The atmosphere was relaxed, conversations were flowing naturally, and everything seemed completely ordinary until Tian Xiwei suddenly made a request that stopped everyone in their tracks. And when all eyes turned toward Wu Lei, the expression on his face said everything. Before we reveal what happened next, make sure you stay until the end because this story takes an unexpected turn that nobody saw coming. If you are a fan of Wu Lei, Tian Xiwei, and Zhao Lusi, this is one story you do not want to miss. The evening had started peacefully. Several industry friends had gathered for what was supposed to be a casual private event. There were smiles, laughter, and plenty of conversations about upcoming projects and future plans. Wu Lei appeared relaxed. Known for his calm personality and thoughtful nature, he spent most of the evening chatting comfortably with everyone around him. Nothing seemed unusual. Tian Xiwei arrived looking cheerful and energetic as always. She greeted everyone warmly and quickly became the center of attention with her infectious enthusiasm. At first, everything seemed completely normal. Then came the moment that changed everything. As the conversation shifted toward memorable experiences and friendships within the entertainment world, someone casually mentioned Zhao Lusi. The mention of her name immediately caught everyone's attention. Zhao Lusi has long been one of the most beloved actresses in the industry. Her charm, talent, and warm personality have earned her admiration from colleagues and fans alike. Naturally, stories began flowing. People shared funny memories. They talked about unforgettable moments. They laughed about unexpected situations from past events. The atmosphere became increasingly lively. Then Tian Xiwei suddenly leaned forward. The smile on her face remained, but there was a seriousness in her eyes that immediately made people curious. Everyone fell silent. What she said next would leave the room completely stunned. Looking directly at Wu Lei, Tian Xiwei made an unexpected request regarding Zhao Lusi. For several seconds, nobody moved. Nobody spoke. The room seemed frozen. Even Wu Lei appeared caught completely off guard. His confident expression vanished. His eyes widened. For perhaps the first time that evening, he seemed genuinely speechless. Those sitting nearby exchanged confused glances. Some appeared surprised. Others looked fascinated. Everyone wanted to know how Wu Lei would respond. The unexpected request had clearly touched on something meaningful. Wu Lei looked down briefly before smiling awkwardly. It was the kind of smile people make when they're trying to process something they never expected to hear. The silence grew longer. The anticipation became unbearable. Finally, someone laughed nervously in an attempt to ease the tension. But even that failed to break the suspense hanging in the air. All attention remained fixed on Wu Lei. Would he agree? Would he refuse? Or would he simply avoid answering altogether? For a few moments, nobody knew. Then Wu Lei slowly began speaking.
His voice was calm.
His words were careful. And every sentence only made everyone more intrigued. Instead of immediately giving a direct answer, he started talking about friendship. He spoke about trust. He discussed the importance of supporting people who have stood by you during important moments in life. As he continued speaking, the room listened intently. Many sensed that his response carried a deeper meaning than anyone expected. The conversation had evolved into something much more emotional. Tian Xiwei listened carefully. She did not interrupt. She simply nodded occasionally as Wu Lei continued sharing his thoughts. What started as a surprising request had now become a heartfelt discussion about loyalty, respect, and genuine connections. Several people later admitted that the atmosphere in the room felt completely different. It was no longer a casual gathering. It had become a moment of reflection. Wu Lei's words seemed to resonate with everyone present. Many found themselves thinking about their own friendships and the people who had played important roles in their lives. Then came another surprise. After listening to Wu Lei's response, Tian Xiwei smiled and revealed why she had made the request in the first place. The explanation instantly changed everything. Suddenly, what had appeared shocking now carried an entirely different meaning. People began understanding the deeper purpose behind her words. The tension started fading, yet the emotional impact remained. Some guests were visibly moved. Others looked thoughtful. Even Wu Lei seemed relieved after hearing her explanation. The entire room eventually erupted into applause. What had begun as an awkward moment had transformed into one of the most memorable highlights of the evening. Still, the surprises were not over. As conversations resumed, more stories involving Zhao Lusi began emerging. Some were funny, others were deeply touching. One story in particular left everyone speechless once again. A colleague described a moment when Zhao Lusi had quietly helped someone during a difficult period without seeking recognition or praise. The story revealed a side of her character that many people rarely get to see publicly. As the details unfolded, emotions ran high. Several people admitted they had no idea she had made such an impact behind the scenes. Wu Lei listened carefully. At one point, he simply nodded silently. His reaction spoke volumes. There was genuine admiration in his eyes. The discussion continued for hours. People shared memories. They exchanged laughter. They reflected on experiences that had shaped their careers and lives. Throughout it all, Zhao Lusi remained the central topic. Even though she was not physically present, her influence could be felt in every corner of the room. By the end of the evening, something remarkable had happened. The gathering had become more than just another social event. It had become a celebration of friendship, a reminder of kindness, a reflection on the importance of genuine human connections. When guests finally began leaving, many were still talking about Tian Xiwei's unexpected request. Some described it as bold. Others called it heartfelt. Many agreed it was unforgettable. And as for Wu Lei, the actor who had initially been left speechless eventually found exactly the right words. His thoughtful response became one of the defining moments of the night. Long after the event ended, people continued discussing what had happened. Social media quickly became filled with speculation. Fans wanted answers. They wanted details. They wanted to know everything. Why had Tian Xiwei made such a surprising request? Why had Wu Lei been so shocked? And what exactly had made the moment so emotional? While many questions remained unanswered, one thing became clear. The incident had revealed something powerful. Behind the glamour and spotlight are individuals who value friendship, loyalty, and genuine human connection. Sometimes the most unforgettable moments are not created by dramatic announcements or major career achievements. Sometimes they emerge from simple conversations, unexpected questions, and honest responses. As the story continued spreading among fans, countless people shared their own interpretations. Some focused on the emotional aspect. Others admired the sincerity displayed by everyone involved. Many simply appreciated witnessing a rare moment of authenticity. Because in an industry often filled with headlines and speculation, genuine emotions stand out. They leave a lasting impression. They remind people why they became fans in the first place. And perhaps that is why this moment resonated so strongly. It was not about controversy. It was not about drama. It was about people, real emotions, real friendships, and a surprising request that nobody expected. Even now, fans continue discussing that unforgettable evening. The image of Wu Lei sitting silently after hearing Tian Xiwei's words remains vivid in their minds. The anticipation, the suspense, the emotional response. Every detail contributed to a moment that will not be forgotten anytime soon. Whether you admire Wu Lei, Tian Xiwei, Zhao Lusi, or all three, one thing is certain. This unexpected encounter proved that sometimes a single question can change the atmosphere of an entire room. And sometimes the most shocking requests lead to the most meaningful conversations. That night, everyone arrived expecting an ordinary gathering. They left having witnessed something extraordinary. A moment of surprise, a moment of reflection, and a moment that reminded everyone of the lasting power of friendship. The story may have begun with shock and silence, But it ended with understanding, respect, and memories that will continue inspiring conversations for a very long time. But what happened after the gathering ended was something nobody could have predicted. As guests slowly made their way out of the venue, small groups continued discussing the emotional exchange they had just witnessed. The conversation refused to die down. Every corner of the room seemed to hold people replaying the moment when Tian Xiwei made her unexpected request and Wu Lei struggled to find words. Yet the most surprising scene happened outside. According to those present, Wu Lei did not immediately leave. Instead, he remained behind for several minutes, standing quietly near the entrance while others said their goodbyes. His thoughtful expression suggested that Tian Xiwei's words had affected him far more deeply than anyone realized. Then Tian Xiwei approached him once again. This time there was no audience, no spotlight, no curious eyes watching their every move. The two spoke privately for several minutes. Nobody could hear exactly what was said, but witnesses noticed something remarkable. The serious expression that had remained on Wu Lei's face throughout the evening gradually disappeared. In its place came a genuine smile. Whatever was discussed seemed to bring a sense of relief. The atmosphere between them appeared warm and comfortable. When their conversation ended, they shared a laugh that instantly caught everyone's attention. Those nearby described it as the moment they knew everything was perfectly fine. Meanwhile, Zhao Lusi's name continued appearing in conversations throughout the night. Several attendees began sharing additional stories about her kindness and professionalism. Each new story seemed more surprising than the last. One guest recalled how Zhao Lusi had spent hours encouraging a nervous newcomer before an important event. Another remembered a time she quietly stepped forward to help solve a difficult situation without expecting recognition. As these stories spread, admiration for her only grew stronger. By midnight, messages about the gathering had already started circulating among fans. Speculation exploded. People wondered whether something major had happened behind closed doors. Others searched for clues in every photograph and every expression captured during the evening. But those who were actually there understood the truth. The most unforgettable part of the night was not a secret announcement. It was not a dramatic revelation. It was a simple reminder that genuine friendships still exist. And somewhere between Tian Xiwei's unexpected request, Wu Lei's heartfelt reaction, and the countless stories about Zhao Lusi, everyone present witnessed something rare. A moment so sincere that it stayed with them long after the lights went out and the evening came to an end.